We're going to be learning about that color wheel again and our fall leaves and how we can combine the two together to make a picture. We are going to be making some colors. So we've got our primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, and you're sharing these at the table. We have our paper. Your name and class code are going to go on the back of the paper, so that's what you're going to do first. Name, class, code. We are going to be starting to explore the season of fall. Fall doesn't happen until the middle of September, but during the fall time of the year, the leaves on the trees begin to change. So we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to use that to kind of make a color wheel on our paper. So this is going to be a little different because we're not going to make a circle like we did with our last project. We are going to actually make a line, and I've changed it a bit because
if your birthday today, please come, or over the weekend, please come to the media center at 7:45. Thank you.
You have to.
If your birthday today or over the weekend, please come to the media center at 7:45. Thank you.
You are going to have to make these colors on your own. Now, these three colors, the primary colors, you don't have to make. You just have to paint those on. But you need to go in a certain order so we don't mix them up. You're going to have a water cup that you're going to share. Remember, 2 people share 1 water cup. We are going to have a medium paintbrush. This paintbrush does not have to be in the water to get it to work. It's just easy to carry it from the counter to my table that way. You're also going to have a mixing palette. You will be sharing this with the person you're sharing the water cup with. So let's talk about how to do this. If my brush is in the water, I'm going to get all the extra water out. And we're going to start with the lightest primary color, and we're going to work our way to the darkest. And we're going to leave space in between them. So I'm going to start with the yellow. So I'm going to get a big blob of yellow, and I'm going to paint an oval shape. Notice that I've painted this oval shape nice and high on my paper. They're not all going to be exactly the same because, like trees, they're not going to be the same height all the way across. Now, I have yellow on it. I got to clean it. Clean my brush really, really well. Wipe out all the extra on the edge. Again, not tapping it. Now I'm going to go to the one that's a little bit darker, and I'm going to paint it close to the yellow, but it's not touching. Close to the yellow, but not touching. So I paint that and fill it in. Does it look exactly the same? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to clean my brush. Wipe out all the extra. I have to check it. If it looks like there's red still, then I would clean it again. I did a good job, though. I'm going to paint my blue oval. Now that I'm done with my 3 primary colors, I'm going to clean my brush, wipe the extra, and I'm going to start working on mixing my secondary colors. So I want to mix, again, lightest to darkest. So I want to think, okay, what color do I get when I mix yellow and red together? The answer, orange. So I'm going to start with yellow. I'm going to scoop some out. Notice I kind of use it like a spoon. I scoop it out. And I want a pile of it on the mixing palette. Brush is dirty. Clean it. Wipe on the edge. I'm going to get a little bit of that red. Now this should be pretty easy for you guys because you've already mixed colors once. You did that when we made our hot air balloon pictures. So I'm going to take this orange and I'm going to paint it right here. Notice that it touches or overlaps on the red and the yellow so they overlap. I'm going to clean my brush. And since I'm sharing with somebody, someone else is going to mix their color on the other side. So we're each mixing our own colors this time. Now I'm going to make the color I need for red, blue and red mixing together. So I'm going to get the lighter color first. Red. Clean my brush really good. Saw a little red still on there. And I'm going to try to get about the same amount of blue. And I'm going to mix it up in a small area. It takes a little while to get this one to mix. Okay, and now I'm going to paint it where it should go. If it looks like I've run out of some paint, I'm going to scoop it up, put it on there. If I want it to be a little bit bigger, then I make it a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to clean my brush. And there's one color left. This color is when we mix yellow and blue together, we get green. We have space, so we could put 2 of these trees. Well, this is what I'm going to let you do. What you get to do is you're going to make green, and then in the other spot we're going to do a different color. So I'm going to get my lighter color. So I'm going to scoop out yellow. Need a little more. I can tell I'm going to run out. Clean my brush really good. I'm going to get a little bit of blue. Mix it, and I've made green. I want to put the green over here. So I'm going to make kind of a different shaped tree over here. So I've got my green tree. Now for this space right here, you are going to mix and make your favorite color out of the primary and secondaries. You should know what I like. I like purple. So I'm going to make some more purple on mine. So I'm going to put the purple. When I mix it and make it, and I get to put it right here. You can see how I'm kind of changing the shapes of my trees. They don't all have to look exactly the same. So they're all different kind of shapes, but they still have that rounded look because we want it to look as much like a tree as possible. See, I'm scooping all that extra and being careful not to press down hard with my brush. When you get this, the last thing that you're gonna do before you put your paint away, you're going to take all 3 of your primary colors and you're going to get to mix those up. So I'm going to take yellow, clean my brush because we don't want to get these dirty, red, and blue. We're going to mix those in one spot up, and what we're doing is we're making the color for the ground. So you're going to take that paint and you're going to paint a line down at the bottom of your paper for the ground. It's going to be kind of a brownish, greenish color. But this is going to be your line for the ground. Notice I did not put it right underneath them. I have it down at the very, very bottom of my paper, and I'm scooping it up because it doesn't need to look like watercolor. We should see the glob of paint that we're spreading out on there. Once you finish that, then you're going to put the mixing palette in the sink, the water cup and paintbrush. You're going to clean your paintbrush. Wipe the extra out. This is going to go in the can. This is going to get poured out, and it's going to go back in its spot. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. So I'm going to take my mixing palette and I'm going to put it in the sink. It's just going to stay there. I will clean those. Take my water cup and my brush. I'm going to put my brush back in the medium container. Water cup, pour out, and I'm going to put it on the tray. If I drop something, I put it back where it's supposed to go. Check my hands. If they're dirty, then I wash them. My hands are not dirty, but they're wet. So I'm going to get one paper towel. I'm going to dry my hands. I'm going to put that in the trash. Then I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to make sure that it goes onto the drying rack so it can dry and we can do more stuff with it next time.